Module 7 will discuss social conflict management and reconciliation. One of the last concepts that we will discuss in this course is perhaps one of the most important. This lecture will focus on the concept of the other. The other might seem like a vague term, but it is rich with significance when it comes to interpersonal conflict, or, on a larger scale, social conflicts that can involve entire nations. All humans are part of in-groups. An in-group consists of the people that we surround ourselves with that have a similar worldview as our own. If you are a Christian, you probably know other Christians. Anyone who is not a Christian in your life is part of the out-group. They hold a different worldview as you. If you are Muslim, you probably know and associate with other Muslims. People who are not Muslim are part of the out-group. They do not share the entirety of your belief system and worldview. The people in the out-group are the other. The other is a person who sees the world in a different way than you do. Or, more specifically, the other is a person who you think sees the world in a different way. They may, in fact, have a different worldview, but they may also have a worldview that intersects with yours in places. There is no question that communicating with the other can be a challenge. As I record this lecture in the summer of 2014, the news headlines are heavy with news of bombings between Israeli and Palestinian forces. Similarly, there's been an issue in Ferguson, Missouri that you've probably heard about, in which a young black man who is unarmed and committing no crime was shot to death by white police. And there's racial tensions that demonstrate how othering occurs and continues to be a day-to-day issue in our lives. One thing we know about the other is that we tend to dehumanize people that we do not agree with. Humans across the ages have looked at outgroups and said, they are not like us, they are a threat, they are evil, they are demons, they are dogs. It can be so hard to understand the other that the brain must resort to redefining them so that no possibility of similarity can exist. And this can often be very, very historically rooted, as we would see in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, as well as in the context of Ferguson, Missouri. As conflicts become more entrenched, communication messages in the conflict become simplified. They lack reasoning and use emotional appeals like slogans and name-calling to win others in the in-group to the proper way of thinking. Communication between groups can include silence or simply ignoring others. Again, in the Ferguson, Missouri issue, we see people who are protesting and policemen and women who are not responding at all to these protests. They're militarizing the issue. There's a clear act of silence and ignoring that's happening between these groups that continues to other the opposite side. Communication can also include verbal attacks that reflect deep-seated hatred. That type of verbal aggression can quickly escalate to physical aggression and violence. But intractable conflicts, as your text discusses, are not hopeless. They are always complicated issues, but this module is going to provide an example of a transformation in an intractable conflict in Northern Ireland. This was a place where a political conflict was personal and became, for many people, an interpersonal conflict. But there has been a peace process that has worked, and Northern Ireland is now a prototype for how diplomacy can function in conflict resolution.